Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is, oops, sorry for shaking the table. It's your bonus love reading for single Libra. Libra. You can see I have the Two of Wands here and the Ten of Cups. I feel that I needed to put this energy out here so it comes up in the card. So who's your next soulmate, the next person you're going to connect with? Okay, and hopefully get that emotional fulfillment between two people. Libra. Who is your next love interest, your next love connection, your next soulmate? Who's going to bring you that emotional fulfillment? Ooh, you might have a choice between two, or somebody's already picked you and they want to approach you, trying to choose that path towards you. Ooh, well, I think someone's already kind of picked you. They may already see you as somebody they want to approach. I feel they're trying to figure out the best approach here. Yeah, you may have two. Yeah, look at that. Queen of Cups energy. Could be somebody coming towards you, okay, trying to choose that approach, not so sure, okay. You might not be too sure about this person if you're in this energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, yeah, you've got some options. I feel there is, this person could be fantasizing about you. Absolutely. Yeah, I feel there's a decision to make. You may have some options. You may have a choice between two. It looks like you're not sharing your feelings with any of your options right now. You definitely want love, but you're not really putting yourself out there. Somebody does want to approach you. You want the one. You're trying to make a choice here. I think you've got some options, most definitely. Let's see what's happening. Or maybe somebody wants to approach you and they're worried you have options. They see you that way. You definitely don't want to do anything to do with anyone who sees you as an option. You will not offer up your love and your feelings, but you do want love. Yeah, I see some Pisces. That could be yourself or a Pisces energy here. Somebody here is kind of on pause, kind of going within. I think there is someone who wants to approach you. I feel they want to know if you have other options, if you're seeing anyone. I think they're fantasizing while they're kind of going within, a little introspection, seeing things from every angle about how to approach you. Yeah. Yes, look at that. You want the one. Yeah, look at that. You do want love. You are ready for a fresh new start. I feel this person wants to approach, and that approach is to open up and start something with you. A fresh new start. Ooh, there's that cup of love. Yes, look at that. Yeah, so you definitely have someone who's feeling that King of Cups energy. Somebody wants to have a fresh new start with you. And it looks like you got some options. They could be a Pisces. Yeah, this person's a little bit worried you have options, and that's what I feel. They're kind of pulling back. They want to ask you, I feel, about this. This is someone who's emotionally balanced, stable. They do have a tendency to hold back a little bit till they're sure. Okay, this is someone who's a little bit cautious about expressing themselves, but you see that they want this fresh new start. This person's ready for love. They're offering you the big cup when they do. They're just trying to figure out how to reach out to you. They've kind of gone within here. Yeah, this could be someone who's tried to approach you before, but you maybe weren't so sure. Maybe you were worried they had other options. You didn't share a lot of feelings, but look at that. We've got a couple of soulmates here. We got a couple people who are ready for a new beginning, a fresh new start, both of you. You both see the possibilities. You're both fantasizing about each other, and I think they're going to approach. They probably have some remorse or regret for not approaching you. Maybe they didn't approach you right, or maybe because I feel like you want the one, you want that person. I think this person already has picked you. I do. I feel that strong energy. So there's someone you met someplace. Maybe you were serving them, vice versa, that sort of energy. This is that temperance, tempering their emotions, being patient. Someone maybe wasn't patient, or maybe they've kind of pulled back. Maybe they felt, and I feel like it's you. Maybe you felt they didn't have there was no chemistry or something you weren't interested in. But there is, because there is this balance. Someone sees you as just right, and I feel as though they're a little bit worried, though. I do feel they're more worried that you won't see them as just right. You won't see them as that person to start something with, because this is about temperance, patience, balance, balancing head over heart, finding that emotional balance. So I do feel you're going to see this person again, most definitely. I do feel like you have options. You have a couple of choices. Yeah. Oh my goodness, this wants to come out. Wow. I feel as though this person finds you very attractive, very sexy. Absolutely. They want this passionate new beginning. They are waiting for that right time. I think they're being patient. This is somebody who will be patient. Okay. But I kind of, to be honest, I feel as though they tried to approach you once, or maybe you approach them. I see options, possibilities. I see fantasizing. I think you both see the possibilities with each other. And I feel for some reason there's this choice, this decision. And I don't feel like it's two people, though. I'm not seeing two people here. This person definitely is a little worried that you won't be the one, or you won't see them that way, or this is about patience. I feel patience are needed. Yeah, you definitely, this person sees you as the Empress. They're kind of pulling back. They see you different. Maybe you offered your cup to this person. You approached them and they kind of pulled back. I feel like there's some kind of pause. You may meet them and they may pull back. You know, there could be a bit of a pause when you meet this person. Definitely love yourself first. There's that Empress, the possibilities. You're definitely open for love. You are ready for that, but you want that big cup. You want someone who values you, sees your worth. There's someone here who's a little bit worried that you're not open to it. Yeah, you definitely want someone who's patient, somebody who sees your worth, your value. You're very grounded, very nurturing, very loving. Wow. They see you as also very creative, very passionate about the things that you do, Libra. I do feel you're grounded, like you're open to this. I feel this person's kind of worried that you're not, though. Yeah, I do. I feel like they're a little worried you're not interested in them for whatever reason. Maybe you were keeping your options open at the time. They offered you something. Maybe they didn't approach you right. Yeah, look at that. You're getting attention from people. You've got some options, and I feel like that's what this person's worried about. They're kind of looking at things from every angle. They probably want to ask you. They want to talk to you. They see you getting a lot of attention. This person's wanting to approach you. They're hoping to have success with you. You definitely don't want anybody who just comes in, all right, that sees you as an option either. No, but you are ready for a new adventure. You're waiting for that one, that perfect person, right? I think that you're definitely got someone here. This is going to be one of them. There you are. Yeah, you want someone who comes towards you right. You want balance. You want justice. You want somebody who's fair. Yeah. So I feel as though there's someone who's coming towards you. They definitely want to have success. You want commitment too. You want someone who's committed to you, that they don't have other options. You do see I think they actually see the possibilities with you. They see you as just right. This person sees you as the one. And I feel like they're kind of worried you will not see them that way. They definitely have a bit of an ego. May not have approached you in the right way the first time they come around. If you haven't met this person, they may approach you kind of in the wrong way. They will come back around, guaranteed. I see this person kind of looking at things from a different angle and taking a different approach. Yeah. I think they're kind of afraid. They're worried about approaching you. This person may feel even that you're out of their league. You have this Empress energy. I feel as though if they come towards you, if you already know who this is, it's telling you to look at this person different. This person's different. They also see you different than their usual type, okay? Yeah, you're both fantasizing about each other. I do feel the two of you see the possibilities. This could be the one. And wow, I see some balance between the two of you, and that's what needs to happen. I feel this person's ego may have gotten in the way. This is somebody who can be quite cautious. The King of Cups can be very cautious about offering their feelings and emotions, but they're coming in with a different approach. This is what they're going to do. See, they didn't... their ego got in the way, but they're going to set themselves free from that. It could be yourself as well. You're definitely due for some attention and love, but you want the one. You want that person who's emotionally available. Oh, a fresh approach. A different perspective. Pisces energy, Hanged Man. Why is this here? There we go. Yeah, so I feel like you have a lot of questions. Yeah, this person may have approached you wrong. I feel as though you just watch how you judge this person. Be wise, okay? Libra, be very wise with this person. It's all right to question them. Make sure they approach in the right way, but it's telling you to see things from a different perspective here. And it could be yourself that you need to see things in a different perspective. You might be the one that, you know, you have a lot of questions for this person, but you see, you kind of have your back turned. Watch your ego. Tell me about the, you may be, I mean, it's good to value yourself, to be in the Empress energy, but you need to be open. I have a feeling that you get a lot of attention. If you haven't been, it looks like you're going to. And you're just sort of keeping your options open. You're waiting for that success. You're waiting for the one. You want justice, balance, commitment. You want that soulmate connection. You might tell this person that. You may have judged them wrong. You may have, just watch your words. You may have some regrets for the way you communicated, and it could be them. Yes, Libra. Tell me about this Ace of Cups. Why is the Ace of Cups here? Why is this here for Libra? There we go. Yeah. So I feel as though this person approached you in the wrong way. They were kind of focused on themselves. Definitely they were focused on the physical. So however it is they came towards you, they have a little bit of an ego. I think their ego got in the way. And they could be a little younger than you. But I feel as though this person, you see how they're focused on themselves, focused on the wand. They may have put their foot in their mouth and you may have judged them wrong. That's what I see. They definitely have some regrets for that. I always see this as somebody who kind of comes across as talking a lot about themselves and focused on that passion. Maybe you feel that this person wasn't focused on you in the right way. They were kind of all about themselves, but I don't think so. I think you both see the possibilities. You're worried this person has other options, or they're worried that you are. I think they put their foot in their mouth. Tell me about the Prince of Staves. What did they say here? Look at that. Yeah, see, this person's definitely, they are emotionally available and mature, but I feel like for some reason they were focused on themselves. Maybe they wanted you to give them attention. They were trying to get you to chase them and you didn't. You're definitely going to be asking a lot of questions. I see you being very discerning, kind of pausing, taking a break, thinking about it. It's telling you to think before you speak. Think of a different approach, the way you talk to this person. Okay, and them as well. They are going to approach this different. I think you got someone who came in telling you they thought you were beautiful and sexy and things like that, and they didn't share a lot of feelings. They wanted you to indulge them. I think this person put their foot in their mouth. They said the wrong things. They came towards you with that wrong energy. They didn't come in right. They came in looking with a bit of an ego, looking for attention, or you felt that with this justice, this judgment. I feel as you may have, yeah, you may have cut this person out. You might cut them out, but it's telling you to just sort of feel, it's telling you may regret it. Be open to this. If you're looking for love, this person is definitely King of Cups material. But it is also someone who likes to be indulged, okay? So I feel as though they have all these feelings. They want to offer this. They want to have a fresh new approach. They want to start kind of from scratch is what I feel. Because they kind of definitely put their foot in their mouth. They weren't focused on the emotional part. Your feelings, they may be seeing things differently now. Maybe they have regrets, but I feel like you will too. If you watch your words, definitely be gracious and be kind. Yeah, practical looking at this. Yeah, there's something that they said to you weren't comfortable with, Libra. There's that possible Taurus energy. Doesn't have to be. It's just an energy of you looking at it, looking at the details. There's something you weren't comfortable with. You couldn't see a future with them. It's telling you to be gracious and to be kind with this person. Yeah, if somebody comes in and they just flirt and they talk to you about, your physical appearance, and, you're not into that. You want someone who values you. There's something here you probably didn't like to hear in a really big way. It kind of made you look at it differently, right? Their approach. And it's also you. So yeah, you made a decision here to probably cut them out or to not listen to them, or you may have made the wrong decision. I think you both have made some wrong decisions, or you're going to when you meet this person. So you're getting a warning. You're getting a heads up. So tell me about this Nine of Swords. This person's a little bit worried about approaching you again. They're worried that you're going to say something that, or maybe you are. I feel like you both have some regrets. Tell me about this Nine of Wands, or Nine of Swords. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Clarity on the Nine of Swords. Yeah, so this person's definitely, they have some regrets for not coming in, taking the lead, being more in control of their passion. Yeah, see, but they do find you sexy and attractive. I'm going to tell you, very sensuous energy. They're very physically attracted. I think you're physically attracted to them, but you want this person. See, they're pulling back. They're seeing you different. And I feel like both of you are. You both see things differently now. I do feel that you're going to pull back. I see a little reunion, a talk. So yeah, when they first come in, I feel as though you're going to, not so sure if they're coming in right, if they're the right person for you, but there is going to be some kind of a connection. I think you still are thinking about each other. And if you haven't met them yet, you probably will, because I see you either going off on an adventure, you might be making a choice to go somewhere on a trip. Okay, you may meet this person on a trip somewhere. You may feel like they're just right because you connect with them, you start to fantasize, and then something happens here where they're very focused on that physical, not so much the emotional. So if you went on a vacation and met someone, or you're going to plan one, you could meet them, or you met them before, and you're going to run into this person again. They are definitely, just watch your judgment, your decision, okay? I feel this person is it's telling you to go within, have a little introspection, sort of pull back and think about your words, the way you judge this person, the way you see them. They definitely are judging themselves, or they feel judged. Yeah, they're coming back in to take that lead with the King of Wands. You feel as though they were somebody who kind of wanted to be in control. They were too focused on the passion. They definitely are. They're sexy, charismatic, they're charming. They tried to charm you, I feel. But I feel that as long as this person comes in, they take a different approach. They pull back and they see the error of their ways. They definitely see you differently, okay? They see you as that Empress energy. Tell me about fertility. Yeah, you have a lot of abundance. There's a lot of possibility. Yeah, they have some regrets and remorse here. Definitely. Yeah, they didn't. They came in, they were focused on your physical appearance too much. Didn't make you feel comfortable, so you're not really seeing a future. Tell me about this King of Wands. Yeah, they kind of held back. They're releasing that energy here. They were acting a little bit immature. I feel as though they were just somebody who, I don't feel this person was here for a good time, not a long time. I don't. I feel like they said something wrong. They were focusing too much on the passion, focusing on what they wanted, their own feelings, emotions, but they had them. They're definitely emotionally available. They may not have just projected that or said anything to you, that they really wanted to start something. So they're coming back. Yeah, I feel this person, yeah, see, they feel bad for their code of conduct, the way they behaved. You may have felt, this person is someone that you couldn't really have any faith in because they were all about that physical attraction more than that emotional. And that's what you want. You want that mental and emotional connection. I feel like that's how you kind of make your choices, right? You made that decision. You may not have made the right decision. You may have judged them wrong. I feel like you may have some regrets. There's something that needs to be released and let go of here. Yeah, they're holding back a bit. They're healing. They're coming in leveled up, mature, tempering their passions, being more patient. Yeah, this person definitely sees you as marriage material. They regret their actions, what they did. Their code of conduct, the way they behaved. They maybe have a habit of putting their foot in their mouth and kind of doing that. So you don't have the faith in them, right? Even though you find them attractive. Yeah, see, there's that card. You both want it. You both find each other attractive, but you want them to approach you. You want to get to know them maybe as friends first. You see the possibilities. You're going to make a choice. I feel as though you're a little worried this person has an ego, right? A little bit of an ego, but watch your own ego, because I feel it's both of you, right? The ego gets in the way sometimes, and not in a way where it means you're mean or bad or think you're better than anyone. It's sometimes, wanting everything perfect. It's like you want things perfect. You want justice. You want balance. You want everything to be just right. And I feel they kind of failed at that in their communication. And I do think they're going to come back and try to start from scratch and let you know they're emotionally available, that they are ready for love. There is a need for both of you to be patient, to kind of pull back. I do feel there's a lot of chemistry here between the two of you. I do feel they feel pretty bad for not showing you, how they cared about you, seeing your worth and your value. You're definitely, if you haven't been feeling open to it, it's telling you to pull back and look at this person different. Give them another opportunity to communicate, to connect with you. Because I feel there's definitely a connection. But they were just focused on that passion too much. They weren't focusing on you the way you wanted. And you made your decision based on that. Yeah, trusting your intuition, being wise. Okay, yeah, I feel there's that energy. There's that Pisces. You both may have that Pisces energy. This person's definitely somebody who kind of keeps things to themselves. I feel they're going to keep that to themselves. They're going to be wise this time. They're going to be careful how much they pour it on. They're going to come across as, they're still somebody who's, they got some Aries, Leo, Sag, Taurus energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So it's really more, these readings are definitely more about energy. But you do want love. You just want someone who comes in right. You don't want someone who's just looking for attention. Okay? You don't want somebody who's with too much of an ego, but you just watch that energy, okay? It's not just you, it's them. And I feel as though this person is going to keep things to themselves. They're going to be cautious on that, all right? This is someone who's being a little bit more cautious about their words. Yeah, they're releasing that energy. They have some regrets. They're going to let it go. They are a little bit worried. They've been holding back and thinking a lot about it. Their code of conduct. They feel kind of bad, right? They kind of regret this. They definitely see you different than other people. They're seeing you different now as they, pulled back and thinking. So this could start like this, Libra, with this person. So if you run across this person or they're already in your energy, I feel, yeah, you're definitely mirroring each other. I feel there's some Gemini, possibly Virgo energy. It doesn't have to be. You're definitely mirroring each other. You both definitely have all the tools you need. Yeah, this person's definitely very wise, very smart. They want to manifest this new beginning. They now know everything that they need to know. They pulled back and they've been doing a lot of thinking. I think this person realizes what they did, or they just came towards you wrong. Yeah, so I do feel that there's a cycle ending and a new cycle beginning. I feel they're going to come back in and manifest this new beginning. And this could definitely go in your favor. They want to make sure things go in their favor. So it's just someone who put their foot in their mouth. They just, they probably flattered with you and flirted with you a little bit too much where you got uncomfortable because they weren't sharing their feelings. They weren't showing a lot of that they were interested in commitment, okay? And you want a more traditional style of dating. You want someone you can have faith in. And I feel this person feels pretty bad. Tell me about the Two of Water. So this is what, if you haven't got them around you, this may be what happens. So it's giving you an opportunity to be careful how you judge them, to pull back and think about your approach, okay? When they come in, think about what you say and how you say it. Because I do think you may have judged them wrong. Or they feel judged wrongly by you. Yeah, so there is some kind of ending. Yeah, there is a transformation. It's telling you not to do that. To transform, to change the way you approach someone who flirts and does that. But this is also them going through that transition, okay? Not doing that anymore because they're leveling up. They're going to be more mature. They're still finding you attractive. They're still very, they're still going to charm you, but they're going to do it in a nicer way. They're going to respect you and show you that they value you, that they see your worth. They see the possibilities of commitment with you. You may have felt this person wasn't really the commitment type. So you really didn't see a future because you were waiting for something emotional. So yeah, you didn't feel very comfortable with it. That's that you like that comfortable energy, I feel, Libra. You want somebody who sees your worth, your value, someone who makes you feel comfortable. You want it to be easy. You don't want someone where you feel like they just want to see you when they want attention. And it's all about that approach, that choice, okay? Yeah, this person I think this person always seen you as the one, to be honest, from the time that you meet them. It's just their ego got in the way. Tell me about the Two of Water. Why is this here? Some clarity for Libra. Yeah, so see, there's definitely, you both have a little bit of fear of being hurt. You're worried that this person has someone else, a third party. Maybe they do too. Maybe that's something you weren't comfortable a bit with. They may have come across as just focused on themselves, wanting you to indulge them, wanting you to chase them, and you didn't chase them. No, you definitely are not somebody who's going to chase. It's like, no, I'm good. I'm going to focus on my money and myself. I'm not comfortable with this. I don't think this feels quite right. Yeah. Ten of Water. Yeah, you're both afraid of being hurt. You're a little afraid of a third party, that they have someone else, because the way they approached, okay? And it really, I feel it's just the communication was just immature, focused on them. They talked about themselves, their feelings, what they want, not so much asking you what you wanted, like that kind of energy. So yeah, I feel there was some kind of ending, and they're coming back transformed, changed. I don't know. Can you change the way you feel about this person? It's telling you to pull back. Yeah, they're coming back around. This person's coming back around. They want things to evolve. I feel this is someone who was afraid of change. You're afraid. I think you had a fear this wasn't going to go anywhere, okay? Because I see you here looking at this like, I don't know, I'm not comfortable with this. I don't know if I can see myself with this person in the future, right? Are they faithful? Are they someone I can trust? Yeah, I feel like they, whatever it is, that ego, right? They have a bit of an ego, and it's definitely their worst enemy. Yeah, they're definitely coming back around. They're coming back towards you. So if you meet this person and then there's a pause, a break, okay, they're going to do a lot of thinking, and they will reach out again. They definitely have some regrets, but they are worried. Okay, that you may have other possibilities now. You may actually have another person. So it's obviously someone you met at some point. You may have been on vacation. You may have been somewhere, okay, when you met them, whatever that. For some of you, it's just a very small energy. Tell me about the Six of Staves. Why is this here? Yeah, so definitely, yeah. So I do feel, yeah, some of you may have been met this person. You may have been relocating, moving, off on an adventure. You may have been going somewhere. You want commitment, though. Like, you feel this person just wants to come to you when they want attention. They just, they have this ego. But I feel as though you want commitment. You want someone with a solid foundation. There's that Judgment, right? You want them to come in right. I do feel they're going to come towards you. They want to have success with you. You felt you weren't going to have success with them. Like this wouldn't go any further, right? Because you feel like you're going to be hurt, that there's other people involved. And I feel they're a little worried now that you have someone. So there is that safety, security, and stability, grounded. You want someone reliable. You didn't feel you could rely on this person to have anything stable with. Tell me about, you need to be more patient. It's telling you to be patient. Definitely love yourself first. Stay in that Empress energy. Okay, definitely. But it's telling you to be patient, to temper your emotions, temper your words, your thoughts, and just sort of go with the flow and see what happens if they come around. You may be thinking this already if you're already in this energy. Yes, Ten of Water. There we go. Yeah, so you're a little afraid to take a leap of faith, but it's, there's that energy. This person's going to take a risk. I feel they have some Aries in their chart, maybe Scorpio, or you do. I feel there's this putting the past in the past and going towards this emotional fulfillment. I think you're going to be surprised this is going to go in your favor. I think this person, yeah, there is definitely a new beginning. I feel as though this person's coming in a new way. They're going to express themselves, but don't take it saying, definitely hold yourself in high regard, like, because you don't want to have any regrets either. You don't want to repeat mistakes of the past, the things that you've learned as well. To look back, reflect on the past before you take a leap. Make sure everything is exposed and everything's out in the open. Everything's illuminated. I feel you're going to have a new beginning with this person. I do. I feel it's going to take a lot of strength, confidence, and bravery. Yeah, for some of you, they're a Leo. Yeah, they value you. This person definitely values you. So you both have to kind of let go of something. They do. They hold you in high regard. You're getting what you want, this opportunity, this fresh new start. So definitely, they could have some Aquarius in their chart. They're releasing something. They're coming towards you strong, more confident. Maybe they weren't very confident in the past and they put their foot in their mouth, because the King of Cups, like I said, can be a little bit cautious about sharing their feelings at times. So I think they focus too much on flirting with you, that kind of energy. Yeah, and you just kind of felt this wasn't going to go anywhere. It's not going to transform. It's not going to go anywhere. You're just, you may have missed an opportunity with this person, though. Yeah, they actually are very stable, grounded, very practical. Some of you have two people as well coming towards you, and they have that same energy. You get a lot of attention, I feel, especially if you're financially stable. You kind of stick to yourself a lot, but I do feel like you want love. You just want the right person. You want balance. You want commitment in marriage. You want someone you can rely on, and I don't think you could, but I do. It's possible you have two people. And but I think this person's making plans. They've been thinking a lot about this. Most of you, it's just one person. But some of you, you definitely have several people. There's some people that you're not going to be interested in. I can see it. You want the one. You want that specific person. Okay? You want things right. Someone does see you as just right. They see you as someone who can bring balance into their life. You're still thinking about each other, whoever they are. They're making plans to talk to you, to share their feelings. They're very grounded, practical. Yeah, they definitely have gone through a lot of changes. Maybe they're more financially stable now, or you have a choice between two people. You're looking at this. You want love. You want that King of Cups. You might have two people coming around you. Wow. You definitely want someone who's financially stable. Like, a lot of you aren't into anyone who doesn't have it all together, because you want someone you can rely on. Because I see you in that energy as well, focused on money. You're very much focused on money and love. That's stability. Somebody you're comfortable with, a homebody. I think you want someone very much like yourself. You see the possibilities. You may have some options here. I'm going to just wrap this up here. Who are these other options? Definitely Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is very strong. Aquarius, right? Libra, what else? And Aries, Leo, Sag. Very strong energy. But I feel it's more of an energy coming in to take the lead, to release something they regret doing, letting go of it, stop freaking, gaining that strength and the confidence, okay? They're letting go of that fear of being hurt, that it won't go anywhere. And this is yourself as well. I feel like you need to let go of this fear, because I feel like you want love, but you're not really putting it out there. You're not putting yourself out there. So yeah, you've got someone here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone who's just right. You want someone who communicates clear. You want somebody who comes towards you in the right way. I do feel there's a need for clear communication. There is a need for someone strategizing, kind of thinking here a lot about you. I think you're both thinking about each other. Whoever this, it's one special person. That's the one that you want. You have options. You may have some friends, lots of options who are friends that that you get along with, but you want this particular person. Yeah, you're being very picky, I feel, and that's a big part of it. So I see you cutting out a lot of people. You're definitely wanting somebody stable, grounded, somebody loving and nurturing. And that person might be that one that's coming around that put their foot in their mouth. It's telling you to pull back, look at it, see what's different about them. Maybe you're going to see them different than before, but I feel mostly it's you. Maybe they got upset or something with you. Maybe they couldn't see a future with you because you didn't choose your words wisely. I feel like you questioned them a lot, or you just said something to them that because they didn't make you feel comfortable in the way they were talking to you. Let's see what the scoop is here. What is the outcome of this situation? I feel like you've got an opportunity to have a fresh new start with this person. Okay, I definitely do. I feel like you're about to get what you want. I do feel things will go in your favor, regardless of all the energy here. This could be like days where this plays out like this. It doesn't have to be this long thing, but I do see you ready for some fun and adventure. Yeah, beyond the ordinary. This is somebody different than your usual type. Okay, they also see you as different than their usual type. That could be why they're a little afraid. Okay, a little bit of fear. They're needing clarity. They want to know if you're stable, if they can rely on you as well. I can see this person thinking a lot about it and possibly making plans to communicate. So we have perfect harmony. Yeah, you're looking at each other. You see that you're very much the same. You have a similar energies. I feel we've got air, earth, possibly fire. Definitely your air because you're a Libra, but I feel they do too. They could have Aquarius in their chart or Gemini. Yeah, it's a higher view. Yeah, so this is sort of pulling back, right? Gaining some kind of knowledge, learning about each other. I feel this person's definitely, this is also someone who may feel like you're out of their league just a little bit, right? They're a little bit afraid if they come towards you. Maybe you feel that way about them. You're afraid of being hurt, where this is going to go. But I think this person's definitely going to circle back around. They're going to keep coming towards you. I don't think this is someone who's going to give up so easily. If they put their foot in their mouth and said the wrong thing and you weren't comfortable with it, they're definitely going to just let go of that worry, right? That you're going to chew them out or say something harsh and they're just going to come in. So yeah, there is a lot of possibilities that both of you are thinking about each other. There's a lot of possibilities of this working out. And I feel, there's that tender embrace, reminiscing, thinking about each other. Okay, but this is somebody here where you're very much the same. I think we have a couple of soulmates here who kind of mirror each other a little bit. You kind of have a very similar energy. You both have all the tools you need to manifest a new beginning. You find each other very attractive. Some of you have two people that you're manifesting or that are trying to manifest you. You're definitely going to look for the person who values you, sees your worth, and talks about it. Anybody who comes in and you don't feel comfortable with them, you're going to trust your intuition. If it doesn't feel right, you're just going to let it go. But there's definitely a person who's definitely regrets talking to you the way they did when they first approached you, when they were trying to get to know you. Yeah, shining through. They're coming in with a higher vibration, definitely. I think both of you have a lovely connection. It's funny how sometimes the person who you think is the one isn't always the one, and the one that you think is the worst is sometimes the better one, because you get up in your head, you make very quick, I see a rash judgment, a very fast decision. I think this person is, you're going to change your mind about this person, I feel, because I think they're going to surprise you. They're going to come in with a whole new energy because they have been thinking about it and they can't stop thinking about you. I can tell you that right now. Okay, they're definitely in their head. They know they didn't make you feel safe and secure. They didn't give you that impression that they wanted a commitment or anything stable. So they approached the whole communication wrong. All right. Libra, crazy. I do feel some of you it's Aquarius, some of you it's a Gemini. I do feel they all have some earth in their chart, maybe some water. Yeah, they're coming in to take control. Somebody wants to have success with you. They're going to keep manifesting. This isn't someone who's going to give up very easy. They'll just every time if they do something wrong, they're just going to whatever, I'm letting this go. I'm going after this person. This is my person. Okay. And it's really them who's thinking about it. So really nice. I like it. I would definitely give this person another opportunity if all they did is just flirt and kind of come across as they were focused on you physically too much. They weren't focused on, all the other possibilities, all the other beautiful energy that you had. You have a lot to give. Okay, so take care. I wish you the best. Bye for now.